This is Michelle at arisingphoenix4.com. That is my blog. I'm going to be keeping broadcasting my blog every day at 8 p.m. And I hope you guys join me. I'm going to be having letters like strawberry letters, but it's going to be called the Phoenix letters. There's not a subject out there that I cannot relate to except beating, but I've known people who have been beaten and stayed in that kind of relationship. Otherwise, I pretty much have been through it all. I've been molested, not once, not twice, but 3 times in one lifetime, and 2 of them was my uncle. That's pretty bad, I think. And then I was raped later on, and I just remembered. The rape I remembered, but the molestations, I forgot. I just recently remembered, and at one time, if you look at my Facebook, I even accused of my father being one of them. That's why I'm very happy today, because I remember who it was, the 3rd person. I knew who the 2nd person, and that was the director of an acting school I went to in New York. I never got to tell my father, because I knew my father would kill the guy. So I stuffed it. I stuffed it so much, I forgot it. And so it explains everything, all my behaviors, why I made such terrible choices and stuff like that. And it explains why I suffered so much. And on top of that, God strapped me with the illness named manic depression. That's what it was called when I was diagnosed, but now it's called bipolar. Oh, wait a minute, it's bipolar 2. That's right, that's for people who are less crazy. I thought it was either manic or depression, or you bounce between the two, especially when you get up in age. So I wanted to bring in an example of what my Phoenix letters would be like. And since I haven't had one, I'm going to tell a story that a woman told me. Now, she was doing LED leads into my mom's head for a neurological test, which took like an hour and a half for her to just go into all the spots. And while she's doing this, she starts talking to me. And my mom is there. My mom's very quiet. And she starts telling me, she says, you know what? I wonder if my boyfriend is going to take me to his Christmas party. I said, well, did you ask him that you wanted to go? She goes, yeah, I asked him to come to mine, but I don't think he's going to come. He doesn't like me to be around with him when he's with his friends or his events. And to look at, she ain't pretty. The woman wasn't pretty. She was overweight. She looked maybe 15 years older than what she was. She was probably in her 50s, but she looked like she was 65. And you could smell the low self-esteem on her. And let me tell you, women, yes, it smells, and the guys smell it. And that's how women who tend to get beaten keep finding these guys that beat them, because you attract where you are. If I feel this bad, if I feel I deserve to get my ass whipped, I'm going to keep on attracting people who's going to beat my ass. But to go on with the story, so he didn't invite her to the Christmas party, and then she starts telling me about the relationship that they've been together for 2 years. And in the past 2 years, she's probably spent over racked up $170,000 worth of credit card bills because of him, because she likes to take care of him, although he tells her he only with her for her money. And as a matter of fact, she finally is moving out and getting her own apartment. I guess he kicked her out or something. She didn't want to say. And she's getting the apartment, but she just fixed his car. For $600, she fixed his car. Now, at what point did this woman get such low self-esteem that she allowed a man to tell her, you are so unworthy that I can treat you like literally shit. I could take all your money. I could not show you any love, consideration, respect, nothing, and you're gonna give me your money. And I mean, when she was growing up as a little girl, is that how she saw her life becoming, that she was going to be this woman? And on top of that, she has 2 daughters, and one daughter, she's in a relationship with a married man, and she lives like 2 houses down from the guy. Then the other daughter has a guy that's literally beating her ass all the time. And I told her, if you can't do it for yourself, do it for your kids. Your kids see you allowing men to treat you bad. This man's going to treat you so bad, they believe that they should be treated just as bad. They're getting it from you. So if you can't do it for yourself, then do it for your child. Do it for your child. Yes, let's get a little bit more of the pool. So that was one story. Now, Steve Harvey, I love me some Steve Harvey. Yes, I do. And he has the strawberry letters. That's where I got the idea for the Phoenix letter. So please write to me. I would love to have tomorrow a whole brand new story. But Steve Harvey had a strawberry letter, which I'm going to comment on. And this is going to be controversial, but that's okay. I like controversy. So this woman wrote in about her mom. Her mom believes somebody put roots on her. Now, people who don't know what roots is, it's like a voodoo spell. People who doesn't know on voodoo Santeria, seems like people know the Spanish version of it more than they know the African and the Haitian side of it, which is voodoo. New Orleans voodoo. So she believes that somebody has put terrible roots on her and that all her physical ailments is because of that. And when she looks in the mirror, she sees a man. And her sisters are very much into the belief of the roots also, that they went ahead and got one of the devices that they put in that if your heart stops, it shocks you. So they went and had the surgery to have that implanted, although they really didn't have an ailment. See, that makes me really hesitate there, because I worked in the medical field for a very long time. A doctor and no insurance company is going to pay for a procedure that a patient does not need unless they have money. I don't see that happening. So I think that was a bit of an exaggeration, but who knows. So she goes on to say her mother, and Steve is laughing. I mean what? They doing the device because they believe somebody put a voodoo spell, and the mother thinks she looked like a man, and he did it in more of a joking kind of way. But my mom is paranoid schizophrenic, and I've lived with it for a very long time. See, that's not fake. That's really a helicopter. So I've lived with it, and when my mom's about to go to paranoid, she thinks her face looks like a monkey. That is what she sees in her paranoid states of a schizophrenia. So that woman may have this illness or going through something similar if she's looking in the mirror and seeing a man. She needs to see a psychiatrist. And then the other thing she needs, okay, yes, Steve, I understand roots, voodoo, that's bullshit. By the way, I've seen a lot. I am Haitian. I went to Haiti and they had a whole voodoo ceremony. I saw a lot of things that's not explainable. And then recently I went to I got invited to go to a spiritual retreat, and my butt thought it was just a spiritual retreat. It was a whole big old number voodoo ceremony. I didn't even have the white dress. You're supposed to bring a white dress. I had some black and some color. Then they asked me to sing. I can't sing, and I can't remember words, so I started singing the song that I used to sing my son. Do do titi pa do do si u pa do do kabla ponjeu. It was a child's what you call it? You know what I'm trying to talk about. Thank you. Nursery rhyme, and it means child sleep. If you don't sleep, the crab is gonna come and get you. And I just sing it to my son, and it was an experience. Let's put it that way. Do I believe in voodoo? I believe in the mind. I believe if you believe in something enough, you will make yourself sick. I've seen my mom do that. She's a hypochondria. If she believes that she's sick, what about these women who believe they're pregnant and they look like they're 9 months pregnant? They're leaking milk. That's the power of the mind. Now me, what's my belief? I believe God. First and foremost, I believe in God. And I also believe in angels. And I believe in my ancestors. And I believe my ancestors are my angels. And God works through them to protect me, to reach me, to get back. If I'm not listening to my instinct where God relies, then He shows me in different ways and utilize my ancestors. That's what I believe. So yes, I keep an egg with not powder, but there. God, I got a brain freeze here for a second. Flour. You put it in a white glass, and you put flour, and then you put the egg in there. Then you take a nice cup, small cup, and you put some water, fresh water. Then you go ahead, and I have to feed my ancestors. So they really love fried chicken for some reason. I guess, hey, black people love their fried chicken, and so they have the fried chicken, and then I light a candle, and it has to be white, and the tablecloth has to be white, purity. Then I light my sage, and I spread the smell of the sage, and that's cleansing. It takes any bad spirit away. And I do that. I try to do it on a daily basis. I'm not going to lie. I don't always do it every day, and sometimes I feel guilty. A couple of days will pass, but they know in my heart I have good intention, and that's what counts, good intention. God does work through me. I have had to learn a lot of lessons. I had to learn to forgive foremost myself for not making those right choices, for forgiving myself for the first molestation, which I couldn't have done anything if I wanted to. I was between the age of 3 and 5. Being naive enough to trust somebody in the acting school who was doing an audition with me, and he molested me. That was the age of 12. Then between the age of 12, 13, 14, 15, my uncle came back, and this is the uncle who raped me when I was 3 in Bahamas. He came back and he raped me, and I think this one was much more physical because I have no memory of it. Well, the baby one is just a feeling. He took my chicken and he made me cry. That's the only memory I have of him. And the memory of the acting school, that is clear as bell. I can't believe I stuffed that. I cannot believe I forgot that. I've had 16 admissions for just mania alone. And let me tell you, the depression. Boy, the only person I would wish depression on is my son's father. I'm not there yet with forgiving. And first of all, he's never asked for my forgiveness after all the trifling shit he has done to me. My sister has done trifling things to me, and I have given everything. I've worked 2 full-time jobs. I bought their clothes. I took care of them. When my father had to go back to New York to work, I was there. I did everything. I had a full scholarship to go away to college. I gave that up. They didn't ask, but it was expected, and I did it. It wasn't really a choice. My brother had already left. So, but it's the past. Everybody say, well, leave it alone. It's the past. It's the past. Well, it's kind of difficult to leave the past, especially when you're dealing with family, when you're still living in the mess now. Financially, I ain't got a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out of. But you guys, you can do it. I have contacted Oprah on several occasions about ideas that I think that today my story is relevant. I'm going to write my life story. And let me tell you, when you read about all the things I survived, you are going to cry for me. You're going to wonder how I survived it. My brother didn't. 2 years ago, my brother not only jumped off his building in Germany, but he took cyanide poison before just to make sure that he died, because he didn't want to admit that he had this illness also. So it wasn't just one child from a mother, but 2 children from the same mother, and it's what is sent down from mother. It's mother to child, mother to child. So, and I said, there's no way God would go ahead and hurt my family that much to make my son have this illness, and that's the only child I have. And I pray to God. I do not know what the future lies, but I pray to God there is no genetic testing for it. And it's about to hit 15 minutes, and I said I was going to make 15 minutes broadcast every day. So tomorrow once I get a store. Oh, by the way, I'm going to be selling clothes. Yes, I am.